Welcome back. Let's return to that NATO summit set to get underway tonight after a shocking attack at a children's hospital in Kiev. A missile strike there was part of a wider assault on the country that's killed at least 41 people yesterday. So how should Western allies respond to Vladimir Putin's actions? Well, joining me now is the former Prime Minister of Italy, Matteo Renzi. Prime Minister, thank you so much for joining us here on the programme. There are so many things that we'd like to talk to you about. I mean, we've certainly covered the NATO summit tonight, the embattled President Biden, and of course, Russia and Ukraine, which is where I'd like to begin this interview. We are seeing these brazen attacks across Ukraine, and this time on a children's hospital. 2 dead, and across, as we said, Ukraine, 41 dead. How should Western allies now respond to Ukraine?
First of all, we have to call that attack with its name, and the name is war crime. Because, of course, every type of attack in war is a problem for evident reasons, but when you attack an hospital, and a pediatric hospital with kids who suffer from cancer, that is out of every type of imagination. So the first thing is call this attack with its name. The name is war crime, and we have to react about this point. Second, of course, for NATO is a complicated, great problem, because today we celebrate the 75-year anniversary of NATO. NATO guaranteed the freedom in Europe, but at the same time we have to imagine a NATO of tomorrow. And we have a lot of concerns. The first, of course, is the war between Russia and Ukraine, but there is also the NATO of tomorrow in case of victory of President Trump, because that is the very...
Do you think it will weaken the foundation of NATO?
I think is clear. In case of victory of President Trump, everything will change. Because President Trump was clear in that. He gave a message to the people who doesn't invest 2% of GDP investment in military policies. So I think today is time to check the situation, to try to give an answer about the situation in Ukraine, but also to reimagine and rebuild.
Do you think, though, if we flip that and look at what Donald Trump was requesting for defence spending to increase, it actually put NATO in a stronger position, because countries like Germany, for example, suddenly started to increase their defence spending?
I'm a dreamer, and my dream is create an European army. General de Gaulle and the founders of Europe discussed about that without a common solution. But as dreamer, I believe in the United States of Europe. I believe in the European Commission with direct election of president, and I believe in an European army. For the moment, we have a new strategy of investment in defense. For example, Germany. Germany is in a very complicated time. Germany changed everything. Germany changed their relation with energy with Russia. They changed their relation with export with China, and they have to change a relation with defense with USA.
But you know, these sanctions haven't really impacted Russia.
Yes and not. Yes, of course, because everything has changed. Russia now is out of the Western community, but at the same time, Russia created a special relation with China, with India. Please don't forget, today, Prime Minister Modi visited Moscow, and they decided to look at East. So we have...
Viktor Orban also went to see Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping.
And Viktor Orban visited President Putin and President Xi Jinping exactly in the days after he became president for 6 months of European institution. You know, there is this system of rotation. I was president of European institution in the second semester of 2014. Today, in the rotation is time of Hungary. And the first decision of President Orban, of Prime Minister Orban, was first visiting Kiev, but the day after visiting Moscow, and the new visit in Beijing. So I think we live in a very dark times with a lot of new challenges for the global world.
And the world order is shifting, do you think?
I believe we need a new global order, but the real problem in this time, in my view, is we need a very strong leadership of the United States of America.
Do you think that President Biden should continue?
I love President Biden. I worked with him when he was vice president, but frankly speaking, I think it's time for him to leave, because he was a good president, he was a good vice president, he worked with an unbelievable and gorgeous service to the nation from 1972. Now his personal situation calls a change. The real question is if Democrats will be able in the next 4 weeks, from today to 5 weeks, to the Chicago's convention, to be able to find a new name. And my humble opinion, I'm a former prime minister, I'm out of the most important position around the world, so I speak as a former, not as a member of the international community of politicians. I think the only way to save the possibility to win against Trump is a name out of the box. If you will choose a man or a woman, thinking about Vice President Kamala Harris or other similar, if you choose someone who comes from politics, probably Democrats will be not able to
So you
win
think an
against
outside name would be better
Absolutely,
to take on?
because it's possible, because you have a situation, an emergency situation. And that is a problem, of course, but it's also a great opportunity. Because if there is the unity about a name, probably that could be also a surprise as a fact against Trump. So for the moment today, if the United States will vote tomorrow morning, in my view, Donald Trump will win for sure. Democrats have to change.
We have about 2 minutes left, Prime Minister, but if Donald Trump were to return to power, he says he can resolve the issue between Ukraine and Russia in 24 hours. Do you think the West should be speaking to Russia? I mean, you yourself were in a controversial position when you visited Vladimir Putin in 2015 after the annexation of Crimea.
2016. And I think, yes, there are a great opportunity from today to November, because if President Trump will win, for sure, he will solve the question about Russia and Ukraine. We tried, when I was Prime Minister, to solve the solution with diplomatic way. The idea was copy what happened after World War II in Italy, between Italy and Austria in the north side of Italy called Alto Adige, South Tyrol, when we found our Italian leaders and the Austrian leaders found a very good solution with respect of integrity but respect of autonomy. And we try to work in this direction. Now, after the criminal invasion is impossible. But I think, yes, if there are the possibility to create a good solution before Trump will arrive, yes, but if Russia attacked a pediatric hospital with the kids with the cancer, of course, that is war crime and not order.
Prime Minister, we're really grateful that you've joined us here on the programme. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.